How's it going, guys? Once again, this is Jose Trujillo, world's greatest living artist. And this is going to be, I hope, a shorter video than the other ones. This one is, what do you do when someone compliments you about your artwork? Let's say you posted something online and you're like, oh, here's my little painting or whatever, right? And then someone's like, oh my God, such a beautiful piece. What do you do? What everybody does, right? Either one or two things. You ignore or say, thank you. At the very best, you say, thank you. And it's done, right? Or you're like, buy it here, right? And you try to sell it right away. I don't think neither of those two are effective. The second one, definitely not. The reason why, it's not because I don't believe in pitching your product and telling people. I absolutely believe in that. But I believe also that a lot of people that do that don't know how to do it. So then they become pests and they become spammy, okay? When someone tells you, I love what you do, blah, blah, keep the conversation going by giving more value, not necessarily trying to sell them something right away. Unless they're saying, I want to buy it. Where can I buy it? Then buy it right here, right? Like, don't shy away from that. But if they're like, I love your style. I love what you do. I love the pieces. I love the colors. You go, oh my God, if you do, you're going to love this. Share an article that you wrote about yourself or someone else wrote about you, about your creative process. Share one of your videos, one of your YouTube videos painting, one of your Instagram posts, or share your Instagram and say, oh my God, if you love that, you're going to love what I have over here on my Instagram. Take them to a funnel. Now, those of you who are more sophisticated, right, who are more sophisticated, you're going to take them to an email, right, conversion funnel. And I'm not talking about conversion in the sense that you're going to try to sell them right away. No. You're going to give value. If you don't know how to do that, don't bother with them because it's all about value. What you want to do is tell the person, like continue the communication and say, you know what? If you love what I do, you're going to love what I'm doing over here. I'm doing all kinds of cool stuff. I'm doing videos. I'm doing tutorials. I'm doing speaking about my artwork and my process and the art sales and the art marketing. Or if you're not, that's not your gig. I'm talking about the materials I buy, where I buy them, what's the best. I'm doing stuff about technique, how to draw better, blah, 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 blah. Here, put your name and your email here and get in my list. And that way you receive my type of content, which is awesome and blah, 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 right? Those of you who are a little bit more sophisticated do that kind of thing. Or here's one of my awesome full of content articles, right? Where someone says, I love your art. It's so interesting, blah, 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 blah. Well, I'm going to talk to you here about like artwork through history and blah, blah, blah. And you try to educate a little bit. Not in a pompous way, but like, people like to be educated. People want to be educated. Not educated in the sense like, here, I'm going to just bomb it information like they have Google for that. No, but like tailored info, right? Tailored info. That it's geared towards something specific and that it's through your voice also, very important. Like I instead of talking about this, I'd be like, oh, let me share what this person said about art, right? No, hell no. I'm gonna do a video and I'm gonna say it through my voice, through my experiences, and now the message becomes mine, right? Becomes mine because I've had this experience. I'm not gonna go and look for someone who's talking about this and be like, oh yeah, listen to this guy. I might do that sometimes. In something that I don't know and I don't have experience, or someone who wrote a great article, but I want to share my stuff. Why? Because I'm talking about me. It's my experience, right? It's my experience as an artist. No one else has my experience. They might have better talent, better skill set, right? That's more true. Better skill set, better this, better that, but they don't have my experience. I have a different experience. I have a unique experience. So does everybody else, but I get to talk about mine. So it depends. You know what I mean? I hope you guys get this. So when someone compliments your artwork, don't just say, "Oh wow, gee, thanks, that's nice." I know that's the status quo. I do it. I make that mistake a lot. What I'm learning to do now is to take them a little step further into who I am and what I'm about. Someone says, "Oh, nice shoes." You don't go, "Oh, thank you," right? If you don't want to get friends, it's because we're socialized. That's really what it is. We're socialized to be like, oh, thanks, bye. You don't want to do that. And you don't say bye because you don't like the person. You say bye or because you're shy. You say bye, kind of like you cut it because you don't know what you're doing. So you cut it. Or because you're afraid. So you cut it, right? You don't know what to say next. But if you're a little bit more trained, or a lot more trained, who knows? Someone says, "Oh, nice shoes." Let's say you're out dating, I don't know, looking for a date night or blah blah blah, and someone you tell a girl nice shoes or vice versa, whatever. Someone compliments you, and you say, "Oh, blah, great, thank you." You don't stop there. If you want to engage, even if you just want friends, if you want to engage in conversation, you go, "Oh, I really love them. I bought them a blah, blah, blah. And they were, blah, blah, blah. And they had these green ones that I really wanted, but I ended up getting this white ones," or blah, blah, blah. And then, where did you get yours? You see where I'm going? Because yours are really nice too, or blah, blah, blah. I don't know. Or where'd you get that jacket? I don't know. But you continue the conversation, right? So you open to more, you go from the petty, right? And I know it sounds like, oh, petty, but you go from the simple stuff, like, I love the colors, to like, look, this is how I put my blood, sweat, and tears in my art. Bam! Like, you don't necessarily jump to that, but you get to those places, right? Where you start talking about, I don't tell people right away about my esoteric ways and my philosophy on art. No. I start talking about different stuff, the color, the this, the that, the not. I try not to think so much, and then I start going deeper into it. This is why I don't think when I paint. This is why I believe that if you think, you're not really creating artwork. This is why blah blah blah, and I go deep into it later on, right, as it progresses. Now, this doesn't need to take weeks or months or anything. It could be on the next conversation, the next email, the next video, and on and on and on and on. So when people compliment you, take it somewhere else. Don't just stop it, because you're doing yourself a disservice. Don't just say, "Oh, well, thank you." I do that a lot. I still do that a lot, and I'm working on it. Don't stop there. Continue the conversation. Let them know a little bit more about you, and also be interested, not just interesting, be interested, and see and ask them, maybe visit their page and be like, "Oh man, I really like your artwork." But be honest, right? If you don't say that. Be honest. Like maybe you don't like the art, maybe you like the composition, maybe you like this, maybe you like, those of you who follow other artists. Like, be honest and have a truthful, honest conversation. And that way people are like, "Man, I really like that guy. That guy makes some great portraits." Maybe the person you're talking to makes landscape paintings. And then that person has a friend or knows someone who's like, "My God, you are a great painter. Can you do this portrait?" "Oh, no, I do landscapes. But you know what? I know this guy who does portraits." You see what I mean? Just because you created a truthful, meaningful conversation, right? And this does not mean you're always selling, whether you know it or not. But don't wait for things to happen. You gotta move forward. You can't let things happen. You can't just be like, "Oh, I'm gonna put all these systems in place and I'm gonna sit back here." Everybody wants to do that. It's very high-end, sophisticated stuff, and I still don't believe that you should rely on it, even if you know it. Very sophisticated stuff about putting funnels in place and just kind of wait for leads and things to come your way. Everybody wants that. It's very high end. It's usually very expensive, and it's something that I wouldn't rely on. I just wouldn't rely. I wouldn't rely on a single way. Even if I had that, I'd still go knock on doors and still go visit people and talk to people. You want to do multiple things. You want to. It's one of my mentors says it's like blood. You want it circulating. You want it circulating. If it's not circulating, if you're not doing multiple things and it's circulating, the body's dying, right? It needs to continue to stay in motion. It's motion that makes the shit works, guys. Bam! I'll leave you with that. Name is Jose Trujillo, world's greatest living artist. Take care. Till next time.